get to the point. That's the name of the speech, or that's the type of the speech that I'm doing. I watched Casablanca this weekend on Valentine's Day with my girlfriend, and I got two takeaways from going to see Casablanca on Valentine's Day. One has to do with Valentine's Day, and one has to do with Casablanca. And if you haven't seen Casablanca, it's a love story. It's a love triangle between a man who owns a business and a resistance leader and a woman who is in love with both of them. And it's set in 1940s Europe, and the man who owns the business, he's a kind of like a previous freedom fighter, and the other man in the story, he's a leader of the resistance against the Nazis in Europe. And I think what I took away from it is that the main character, Humphrey Bogart's character, Rip, all his choices he makes are through the North Star of his purpose, because all of the things that all the problems that he's confronted with, or all the decisions he has to make, there's always like it always seems like clear, like, oh, like, well, I can make money, I could have higher status, I could enjoy more freedoms if I make this choice. But however, he always makes the choice that gives him that follows his purpose, and his purpose in this movie is to help his fellow people, to help humanity. For example, sorry to ruin this movie for you guys, but you've had 70 years to watch it, so that's on you guys. The main point of the movie is that that he has these visas that anyone can use, and in this war-torn Europe, a lot of these people are using these visas to go to America from Europe, and he has these visas, and they're incredibly valuable. They're worth to all the German occupation. I don't know why or essentially the Nazi party. They're trying to get these papers from him. They're offering him essentially freedom and status, and the French occupation leaders, they're offering him freedom and status, and the resistance leader is offering him hundreds of thousands of francs, and he has all these things, but all he wants is really he wants to be with the love of his life. That's what he cares about, and over the money and over everything else. And he, in his Humphrey Bogart way, if you don't know, in this time of America, they all kind of talk like this. So he's like, I just want, ask your wife. That's what he says to the resistance leader when the resistance leader offers him 100,000 francs. He goes, how could you not take it? And he goes, well, I just want, ask your wife, which is a crazy thing to say. But it makes sense because it's a love triangle. And but at the end of the movie, he decides he gives the resistance leader the visas. The woman who's in this that loves both of them. He makes a decision for her that she should go with the resistance leader, because at the end of the day, the resistance leader is helping all of these people, and the resistance leader won't be as effective if she doesn't go with him. And so at the end of the day, it's Humphrey Bogart's purpose is to help everyone, and it's for him to help everyone, he has to give up his love, and also to get them on this plane, he gives up his status as like a owner of a very cool club that everyone goes to. He gives up all the money that the resistance leader is offering him. He gives up his freedom, because now he becomes someone who now everyone is trying to basically find and kill, because he helped the resistance get out of the country. So all of these things he gives up because of his purpose. And I say that as a takeaway, is one of my 2 takeaways, is that it's a great thing to follow your purpose. It's not as clear what, for me, my purpose is, because I don't have Nazi Europe coming after me, and I can't save anyone. I don't have that status. I don't have money. What I do have is time and like 14 friends. and I work in a couple of jobs, and those are the people that I'm like, if I were gonna use his purpose, which is to help people, I could maybe help the people that I interact with, my community, which is a much smaller community. And it's difficult because we're in a time where it's like, you work for a company that you don't agree with their moral compass, but you can help the people who are closest to you. And so I personally, it's a complicated thing to follow your purpose, because it's like, what is your purpose? So I think my purpose is, I'll try to help my community. And right now my community is, I work as a debate coach for middle school kids, and there's about 10 of them who show up. And I think that can be something that I help them work on their critical thinking skills, help them work on their public speaking skills and their confidence. And then with my family and friends, it's like, how can I help them? Because I don't have any money, I don't have any status. I can just be happier. I can help myself, because if I help myself and I'm a happier person, then they'll be happier to be around me, if I'm happier to see them, and then they're probably going to be happier to see me. And so that's takeaway number 1. The takeaway number 2, much shorter. Much shorter, I promise. I saw Casablanca on Valentine's Day last year, and I had this whole Valentine's Day set up. It was great. I got a dinner, I got a show. I think it was, got some wine. Pretty romantic. And then this year, I waited too long, way too long. And then a week beforehand, I'm looking for reservations, and there's nothing. Like, you can't get a reservation at Popeyes the week before. You can't get anything. And I'm panicking because, my girlfriend's like, not even questioning that. She already asked me a while ago, have you gotten everything? I said yes. Because I'm a man. And so I look up, and there's Casablanca tickets available, and I'm like, we saw this last year. She's gonna see through this. This is like the laziest thing I can do, but it's a backup plan. And things opened up last minute. We got to see. We went to an improv show, and which she was happy about it. But we went to see Casablanca, and she was happy about it. That was because in her eyes, it wasn't that I was lazy. It was that I'm so romantic that I started a tradition. So the takeaway from that is that as long as you're being a good person, you get away with some shit.